has and arrested several protesters, including Nando Kano's brother Emmanuel, and of course, as lawyer Ejimako. Of course, the protest led by Omoyele Sowore were met with heavy security presence, including soldiers, police, DSS operatives who blocked access to key areas like the presidential villa and the National Assembly. And of course, Amnesty International Nigeria condemned security forces' actions, stating that the peaceful protests were malhandled and tear gas violating their constitutional right. The protests were sparked by Kano's continuous detention, uh, despite multiple court rulings ordering the release. Allegedly. Now let's bring you back to the studio. It's 99.5 Wish FM, Nigeria's business radio. So let's talk this Tuesday morning. We call it Healthy Tuesday morning. Wish 99.5 FM. My name is Christopher Nwoko, Christopher Mayman, if you want to call me. I know Tuesdays like this, we usually have, I guess, the advocates of the masses, Mr. Nze O Nze, the people's bishop. He's called the advocate of the masses. I was asking him earlier before we came on air if he was supposed to be with the people in Abuja protesting, because he says he's one of the masses. And of course, he also said that the masses are the ones protesting in Abuja. Good morning, Mr. Nze.
And he told you that you don't leave the family completely empty. Some will be there, some will be here.
Yes.
So why my family members are there in Abuja doing the needful? We are here informing the masses around this place how the show of shame yesterday is taking place.
A show of shame.
It was a very serious show of shame, and it is highly degrading to the country called Nigeria before the eyes of the
welcome our listeners before we go into the conversation.
Yeah, listeners are already waiting for us.
So you have to do the needful.
I think I should greet them. I should greet them
exactly,
because I believe that they have been waiting for us. Otherwise, we would have been on air since 8 minutes ago.
Exactly.
So my comrades, my compatriots, my fellow citizens of Federal Republic of Nigeria, and my fellow Rivers people, good morning and welcome back from yesterday's protest, which was our right and our, in fact, God-given right and the constitutional thing to do. Yeah, we did it yesterday and we're back.
First things first, when you say we, you would have to explain why you say we, and when you say it's our right, you explain to us exactly what you mean by that, so you don't misinform people.
Now, when I said we, I mean the masses, people who are feeling the injustices being meted upon us.
You will agree with me that not every Nigerian, especially the people we call the masses, are in support of the release of Nnamdi Kanu. You agree with me with that?
Yes, I agree with you on that. But let me land. You know, when I said we, even in the drafting constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, not everybody was there, and I'm sure you weren't there. Neither your parents were there, but in the constitution, in the drafting of the constitution, you see we, the Nigerians. So who are those we? Until you're able to unmark that one, then we can begin to talk. Otherwise, we protested yesterday. Nigerians protested yesterday. Kudos to Omoyele Sowore. Kudos to Allah Ejimako. Kudos to Emmanuel Kano. Kudos to what's his name, Maxwell Obara, and kudos to every Nigerian that was on the street of Abuja yesterday and showed the whole world that we are captured people who are demanding our release.
The protest yesterday, was it specifically for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of the IPOB, or the protest questioning the judicial system in Nigeria? What exactly?
The protest is meant to address several issues.
So specifically?
Now, coming first, you will hear the protesters shouting, releasing Nnamdi Kanu now. But is that all? If Nnamdi Kanu is released today, have we gotten it right? The answer is no. You see the mess in the judicial system. You see the high-handedness of the political office holders. You see the selective justice we suffer in Nigeria, where a certain law applies to some certain people and another kind of law applies to some other kind of people. Whereas in the law or court, judicial system that was handed over to us, down to us by the colonial masters, you see the symbol of justice as a woman, innocent woman. That womanness, that femininity means innocence and harmless. Then it covers its eye, showing you that it does not see anybody. It responds to whatever comes to it based on the rule that is set aside by the people. And you see a scale in its hand. That scale means that you will be placed on this scale, and this scale is applicable to every man and woman, every Dick and Harry. And you see the other hand, a sword. That sword is sword of justice. So when it comes to Nigeria, you see that the law in Nigeria is masculine, and the law in Nigeria does not close its eyes, and the law in Nigeria is not holding scale. Even the scale that is holding is fake one. Yeah, it's not holding scale, and where it will hold scale, it will hold a wrong scale.
How do you mean it's a fake one?
Yeah, fake in the sense that the holder can determine where it swings. The holder of the scale can determine where the scale swings.
Well, that's an allegation anyway.
If it is an allegation,
but
I give it to the judiciary, Nigerian judiciary, because
to prove themselves
right.
But it's also an allegation until they are proved. Until you prove.
Yes, I will prove that. And if you want me to go further, I will begin with this exercise that just happened yesterday, because it happened I think about 13 years ago. An exercise like this happened about 13 years ago. And the leader of that exercise, who was sponsoring people to the extent that they occupied Nigerian streets and roads, cooking and eating for weeks. And somebody was at the helm of our affair. A man who understands the rule of law. A man who has respect for the law and constitution of the land. He never troubled anyone. He never commanded soldiers or police to attack them. The same man finished and made sure that he brought down his intention, and government responded. The same man today, time has changed, and the man had become the head of the government, and he's not allowing people to protest. What you did, you did not want others to do.
But that's not the case. Nobody did not allow anybody to protest yesterday.
Come again. Let me get you clearer.
Nobody stopped anybody from protesting yesterday.
Yes, and what happened?
If you are, I'm very sure that you are very savvy with the internet, with the news. You're very updated with the news, and of course you can get adequate and correct information. What happened yesterday was that there were area security operatives, informed the protesters not to get close to, but they defied the order.
No.
Was that not what happened?
Now, I thank you for bringing the rope that I used to tie you. Yes, you said security operatives. Who are they? Who are the security operatives?
Who are the security operatives you're talking about?
Are they not Nigerians?
Of course.
Who are the protesters?
It doesn't mean you should
hold on.
Go ahead. Let me know.
Now, who are the protesters? Are they not Nigerians? Are they not Nigerians?
Where are you heading to then?
Now you know where I'm heading to. The security operatives are Nigerians.
Yes.
The protesters are Nigerians. The places they are saying you shouldn't go or you should go is in Nigeria, and there is no law. There is no law.
They were instructions.
From who?
How about
from who?
Heed to the instructions.
No, instruction
from
who?
Protest. You are saying they are Nigerians, aren't they?
Yes.
So.
No, I want to know who gave the instruction.
However you want to say it.
No, Chris, you help me. You help me, I help Nigerians. Who gave the instruction?
The instruction was given from high authorities.
Which authority?
The authorities that they took permission from to carry out the protest.
Which authority now?
So
is it the court? Are you talking about the court?
There was an instruction for certain areas
from where?
not to be got to. But
why will you ask Nigerians not to have access to their properties?
But then that's the situation here.
No, why would you do that?
All I was trying to say is nobody stopped anybody from protesting.
Now, look, Nigerian police.
Go ahead.
Nigerian police and Nigerian army. I'm sure you watched most of the things that happened. You saw when in fact, somebody I should consider. If I should assume that man is educated, let me believe that he forged his certificates. The man who was telling Nigerians that they were gathering, that were having unlawful gathering, and somebody said, we are not gathering unlawful. I say, arrest him. So if you speak, oh, Chris, it's like, I want to believe that you knew everything that happened. Now, you arrested somebody and bundled him because he told you the truth. Now you are trying to put it on them. I'm coming. I am coming. I am coming.
I know that.
Now that one happened. You see the way they handled the channel television correspondent. You see the way he was manhandled.
We're not talking about that. We are here now, right? Their instruction, our security operatives comprising of the police and other agencies were instructed, to maintain law and order to prevent obstruction and major routes during the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. If anything goes wrong, maybe lives were lost, maybe something happened to the protesters, or possibly the protests were hijacked, you will blame it on the security operatives. Now they gave an instruction: do not go to certain areas, and that was violated. And then
what is in that area? What is in that area?
That's not the conversation.
Why will you skip that?
There was an instruction that was violated from the people who were supposed to maintain law and order.
I will never agree with you. I will never agree with you. Look, I am a Rivers man. I am a Rivers man. I have rights to go to places in River State.
I share sentiments with whoever is protesting. I understand the right to protest. I understand, of course, there is a right to go ahead to do whatever you want to do. But
not whatever, but things that are within the right.
Okay, thank God you said that.
Things that are within the right, constitutional rights of the citizens of the land.
What are the roles and responsibilities of the Nigerian police force to do what, especially when protest is going on? What are the no? Answer my question.
What they're supposed to do is to work together with the protesters and make sure that nobody,
by protesting with them,
no, not protesting, just give them security, so that the hoodlums will not hijack that.
Aside the hoodlums, there are other things that they might be securing that you might not know about. And
why will I not know?
They say do not go to certain areas. Why not heed to those things and heed to those instructions and carry out your protest? It's as simple as that. Let me educate
you a little on this. Let me come from a different angle.
We have always talked about, let's have a conversation. We've always talked about our leaders not, adhering to rules, to the constitution, doing things according to the books. But we down here, how about we show or give a different, perspective to this narrative that we have, especially to Nigerians. We were having this conversation, and I asked you, these leaders we call leaders, are they not Nigerians like us? Because people outside here, they would say, if you are pointing fingers on the leaders, 4 fingers are pointing at you. Because these same people that are up there, they are people like us. They are Nigerians like us. And you said no, that there are people who are meant to be in power, but the wrong people are occupying power. That was what you said. Yeah. Now in this case, what about we adhere to instructions? In looking at the leaders now, we say no, they don't follow rules, they don't follow regulations. Are we not doing the same thing the leaders are doing?
Now let me give you a little education on this. You remember that Federal High Court issued an order stopping the protests for yesterday, and Justice Omotosho requested the protesters to appear in his court yesterday, the very day of the protest. Why were they protesting, and who are the ones protesting? They are Nigerians who are accusing judiciary of being one-sided. They are Nigerians who are accusing judiciary of giving selective judgments. They are Nigerians who are accusing the judiciary of not upholding the rule of law. Now, the same judiciary came to obtain or to give a certain judgment that these protesters, armless protesters, because I'll call them armless and harmless. Now, the judiciary has come to say, do not go here, do not go here, do not go here. Now, who are the people protesting? Now, what are they protesting for? Releasing Nnamdi Kanu according to the law. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu according to the law. You unlawfully dragged this man, extradited this man from Kenya, and here in Nigeria, you couldn't prosecute him. Courts, several courts, have declared Nnamdi Kanu free, but government retained him. They refused to obey the judgment of courts. You can recall that in October 13, 2022, Justice Adedoku Adefokbe Okoje and Justice Jamal Sankey gave a judgment acquitting Nnamdi Kanu. But you see that Malami refused and said that Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and not acquitted. Do you see to that? And they held Nnamdi Kanu till today. Now, several courts have given judgment. UK court has given judgment. Kenya court has given judgment. High court in Enugu State has given judgment. High court in Omaya has given judgment. High court in Owerri has given judgment. Yet, the ruling class, the Nigerian police, the DSS, the army, and all the people that are playing now, coming out to shout law, rule of law, obey court, they all kept adamant. And the DSS still kept this young man. If Nnamdi Kanu had been convicted, why didn't you take him to prison? But you have not taken him to prison. You kept him in your custody. Now, just trying to make sure that the young man dies. And you don't know. Common sense did not tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is not alone in this struggle. That if Nnamdi Kanu dies, another Nnamdi Kanu will rise. Now, let me give you this. Let me give you update.
Go ahead.
A little update. Do you know that Ikemba Nnewi, Chukwemeka Odumegwu fought for this Biafra stuff? Why? Because of the inhuman treatment that is being meted on the people of Igbo ethnic nationality in this country. Now, they fought war. The war ended. Ojukwu went to exile. Suddenly, after a little while, when they recouped, when they recovered from the shock of the killing of where millions of Igbos were massacred, and some of the people that killed them today are the ones regretting, because the Gowon that led that war, today the war has visited his village and his crime. But I'm coming. I am coming. Let me give you 2 points.
You know why I will not allow you to continue.
Okay.
The reason is, this is not about the struggle of Biafra.
No, it's not about struggle. I'm coming now. I have to make a foundation.
The foundation.
I have to make a foundation based on what DSS is doing. Now look at, they have held this man.
This is not about DSS.
I'm coming now. They have held this man till now, and his health is deteriorating in their hand.
Hence,
and they are refusing to give him proper treatment.
Hence the protest.
Right? Now the protest has come.
The
protest has come, and they are trying to gag the protesters to where they want them to be. Okay, we are protesting against what you are doing, and you want us to obey you and protest. It's like you beat me and you tell me how to cry, that I shouldn't cry. I should cry. What kind of country is that? Are we in a zoo? Are we trying to agree with Nnamdi Kanu that Nigeria is a zoo? Are we trying to agree with that? Why are we painting that picture? I can never say that, and I never stand with him on that. But the activities of our law enforcement agencies and judiciary and politicians are making us to think that we are in a zoo.
Hold on. If you are not like that, why not adhere to simple instruction? Are you trying to say that?
Which one is simple instruction? From who? Who is giving the instruction?
Because we shouldn't respect the government anymore.
No, we must respect government.
So what are we talking
about? The government should first of all respect themselves.
This is what I'm saying. All right, they are saying, because our topic this morning is that tear gas were fired. There were gunshot here and there and all that. I'm saying,
which the protesters even claim live bullets was fired.
Exactly.
Why on earth should you do that?
Hold on, we are trying.
Are you not provoking Nigerians?
Mr. Nze, let's have a conversation.
No, we're having a conversation.
No, you're provoking yourself.
Not at all.
You're provoking yourself.
No, not at all.
So let's have a conversation.
I'm sure that I'm mindful. I am very, very fully mindful.
No, you didn't.
I'm at home with myself.
First, you don't sound mindful.
No, it does not matter how I sound.
Really.
I have to respond to the discussion based on how it is.
We are talking about the protests, and let's look at the situation behind the tear gas and the gunshot. That's the conversation we are having. And I'm saying the reason why this happened was because of the instruction given by the security operatives by the Nigerian Police Force. Right? So the Nigerian Police Force defended the action. Standing on security operatives only find tear gas on protesters who were marching towards Aso Rock, where the presidential villa is located, in contravention to the court order. And that exactly
in contravention to court order.
Yes.
In contravention, Chris, hold this. Yes. In contravention to court order. Chris, the protesters and the Nigerian police and DSS and the APC-led government, who contravene court order first.
You see, and sometimes I think, Mr. Nze, I know you are somebody who fights for the masses, right? But sometimes we should not do things exactly the way. Well,
there is something that Jesus says something. Jesus says something.
I think this is the best time to open the phone line.
Yeah, I know that a lot of things will clash now. That's why I'm ready for it. But Jesus said that before you remove a speck from somebody's eyes, try to look out for the beam that is already. So a beam is in the eyes of Nigerian police, and they are trying to remove a speck from the eyes of the masses of Nigerians.
That you're saying that's the best way to go about the democracy.
No, that's what I mean. That's not what I mean. You can't put word in my mouth.
That's what you are saying.
What I'm saying is that they don't have justification. They don't have justification to say that protesters should obey the rule when they themselves are disobeying the rule.
All right.
How can police arrest me for driving one way when they themselves are driving one way?
So you should keep driving wrong.
No, now I know that I am wrong, but they should have driven the straight way before they will arrest me.
If this is the way you want to lead the masses, I will not join that. This is not the way.
Have I ever begged you, Chris, to join my group?
I won't join that group. If this is how you
want
to
lead,
the wrong thing is
you
done,
know that I'm protecting you know.
I know you are, but at the same time, I'm also protecting you. Because if the wrong thing is done, you're telling me because the government did the wrong thing, we have to do. That's exactly what you are saying.
Not at all.
But let me open the phone lines. Let me open the phone lines to get reaction, Mr. Nze. You're already making me sweat in this cold. 08135542321. 08135542321. 091 286 30377. 091 286 30377. You can also call 08160353838. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think we lost that already. Keep the calls coming, keep your messages dropping. 08160353838. 08135542321. Economic activities were yesterday grounded in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, following the protest by Omoyele Sowore, founder of the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, which is seeking the unconditional release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. As early as 6 a.m., the police has already blocked all access routes leading to the FCT, causing roadblock, which prevented workers from accessing their office. The protest, meant to be peaceful, soon turned violent in Maitama, the area where the police and other security agencies fired tear gas at protesters who scampered in different directions. It will be recalled that the police had on Sunday warned protesters not to go close to the Aso Rock, the National Assembly complex and its environs, threatening to deal with any violators. The protesters, including Kanu's lawyer, Mr. Aloy Ejimako, and others, had gathered around the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC) quarters in Maitama, chanting "Free Nnamdi Kanu now." They also heard cautioning the police against tear gassing them just before sounds of gunshots were heard, and they were scampered to safety. Of course, there were angry residents, workers stranded, security men barricading roads here and there. But let's get more calls from you. 081-355-42321, 091. Oh my word, the network is. Lord have mercy on us.
And that is the Nigeria.
No, that is not. No. Let's not. This is.
That is Nigeria.
There's I don't know. There's some misunderstanding somewhere. I don't
Chris,
know.
There's something I want to point to you.
The network. But go ahead.
There's something I want to point to you. You remember that the court says they shouldn't come around the Senate building, the Aso Rock, the Shehu Shagari Way, and all that. Now, you recall that where the police and the DSS and the Nigerian Army 5 began to shoot at the protesters was around Maitama. Now, the Shehu Shagari Way is in Asokoro. Now, the Eagle Square is in Central Business District. The Aso Rock is in Asokoro.
But you were in there, right?
No. Is Abuja not our federal capital, where we go every now and then? Now, these people began to gather. Thank God for technology. You see how everything was captured in camera. The people were few and they were harmless. Omoyele Sowore was not holding anything in his hand. that could result in destroying anything, except if he wants to destroy with his bare hands, if his hands has become iron. And you look at some other bishops and other lawyers and other civil society groups that were coming in solidarity for a better society. See, there is somewhere I'm going. We are protesting for a better society. In as much as Nnamdi Kanu, an Igbo man, is concerned today, who knows who will be concerned tomorrow? So it is those anomalies that we are saying no to. Look, if there is justice, let justice that protect me protect my brother. Because in Nigeria, you say we are one, we need to be one. And if we are one, we should act as brothers. No, you now see that some people will commit crime. In this same country, you are holding in Nnamdi Kanu for charges you cannot substantiate. Charges that court has quashed. You are still holding him. But you will see in this country where Boko Haram, killers of our officers of Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police, DSS, people who are killing people and kidnapping every day, they come out and they are having meetings and conferences with federal government officials. People who have been elected into government, you see them come with their full weapons, rocket launchers, and all manner of ammunitions. And they will hold, and wearing our khaki, our tisalat. They will wear our tisalat and appear on screen. And they will finish, they will be given money, they will return home. And they will continue carrying out their heinous crime against this Nigeria. We see it, and nobody is talking. Christopher Musa is not talking tough. President Bola Tinubu is not talking tough. They are all after a certain particular set of people. Seeing how they can, if you can carry arms, they will respect you and negotiate with you.
I said,
but if you are civil, they will come with their. How come the Nigerian army that cannot quell Boko Haram in Sambisa forest come and begin to display their might on harmless and defenseless civilians?
Oh wow! What you are doing now is protesting in my studio.
Really?
That's what you're doing. You're protesting.
No. Look at the people that are listening to me are not here in this.
Oh really? Now,
so I am protesting to them.
Like I said,
I am pouring my heart to them.
We have had this conversation as regards whether the federal government is wrong about the detention of Nnamdi Kanu before now. We've had that back and forth. We're looking at the protest proper, right? And the angle you are taking the protest to is towards the justification of Nnamdi Kanu, which is not the conversation. The conversation this morning, I understand that, hey, he could be right, he could be on the right path. But the moment what we're looking at is the protest and the possibility of people protesting coming out with a victory at the end of the day. Let's do things properly so that we can get the result of the protest that we have intended to do in the first place. Because it happened during NSAS, and we've heard that some people hijacked the whole process and the desired result was not achieved. This time around, I don't know. That's a topic for another day. But now looking at this, we had a conversation before we came here. I told you, protest is meant to put pressure on the government to do the needful. Now, how about we put this pressure, or we put this pressure the right way? We carry out this protest the best way so that they can achieve the necessary result.
Now, can you educate me?
I don't know. You should be the one to educate me exactly on how this should go.
Now, if I am teaching you, listen.
Okay, I'm listening, sir.
Don't worry with
my ears are open. Go ahead.
Number one, you made a point, a very salient point, very striking point. Achieving the success and the victory that we look for. How? You see that we have come out to say no to the injustice. We have come out to say no to one-sided justice in Nigeria. One-sided justice in Nigeria. Where some group of people will get a certain... Where is Sunday Igboho, a counterpart to Nnamdi Kanu? Where is Sunday Igboho? Where is the president of Miyetti Allah? Where are they? Are they not walking free on the street? Why are you keeping this man? You see, one-sided judgment. Now, we are coming to say, no, it shouldn't be like that. If you have released others, why not release this? Now, that was just last week or last 2 weeks, a few days ago, the President Commander-in-Chief of Federal Republic of Nigeria came to display his prerogative of mercy on some people who are in detention. you see that among the list of people that he released and granted pardon, among them were killers, armed robbers, insurgents, drug barons, criminals, people with notable actions. Mr. President pardoned them and could not pardon Nnamdi Kanu.
Hence the protest.
Whereas
you are supposed to educate me on the question I asked.
Now, coming to the protest.
We want to have the conversation.
Do you know, Chris? Do you know that I said earlier that what happened yesterday was a show of shame? Are you aware?
Okay.
Now, do you know what?
On what end, please?
Now, look at. If our ruling class can reason deeply, they will understand that they are dealing with humans. Yeah, they have politicized a lot of things in Nigeria, and they have also weaponized a lot of things in Nigeria, especially poverty that have affected our thinking faculty.
All right, I think we have gotten the calls coming in now. Please just give me a second. I'll come back to you on this so you can educate us more. Hello, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Christian. Welcome.
I think I'm in Nigeria, and we are the president of everybody. But let us not make it look as if we are in a country where things are so bad and the way we paint it. Because if Nigeria is as bad as that, my friend wouldn't even be deserved to come to the studio and begin to work freely as he's doing. There's no end to us anywhere. Every time we point at our leader, you are the voice of my life. You are here, you're a reverend. The voice of Christ stand is for all time truth. It says before you remove any move in somebody's eye, remove the pain in your own eye. Are we better than our leaders? Not who deserve what we are getting. You say the leaders not to obey law, and they gave you a law. Don't come here, you too, you don't want to obey. So how are you better than the leaders? That is why they tell you that our leader is a reflection of who we are. We are. Come to think of it, not this activism we are. Jumping here and there.
All right, Christian.
One platform, you and another. Is the world getting better? Are we peaceful? Right now, we understand that there are laws that govern our existence. Assuming that they even give us here right now. So everybody that they be in Eldorado.
All right.
So that is the nature of man.
So just hit the nail on the head so we know exactly.
As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
if we want to look at issues, I have my sentiment like I said, let us look at it. I just mentioned acquitted here and there. The Supreme Court not cancelled that acquittal on October 2023. So are we saying that it is right for somebody to set up a radio station and accuse his country anyhow? And you are not talking about the issue of they should release him unconditionally.
All right, Christian. Thank you, Christian. Let's take other calls. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk. Good morning. Quickly, let's hear you. Quickly. All right, let's hear you. You are a terrorist to Nigerian government. You should be arrested for being a terrorist to Nigerian government.
Elelemo police station. Yeah.
All right, let's get the point so we can get to the next caller. The point is. All right. Your point noted. Thank you so much, Honorable Chris. So Chris, let's take other calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Good morning.
Please turn on the volume of your radio set so we don't get a hold back.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, quickly, let's hear you. We don't have so much
I
time.
just want to make a point. Please, our host, the way they attack our people, I don't understand.
No, what's your point? Advice. What's your point?
No, you make us think that we are angry where we are talking. Sometimes allow them to just calm down their mind. Because it's just the way you come back the situation. It will make us think that the person is angry by answering you. Please, I don't want you to understand that. We are listening.
All right.
So, I want to make my point now.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell you, we all are Nigerians. We know what is happening in this country. Now, you are giving person instruction. You are working in a company. You have worked for company 6 months. And it's the company that is the place that you can collect your salary. Which way you're supposed to come and collect your salary? Somebody give you an instruction. You don't go to that company to collect your salary.
All right.
What thing shall you do?
Okay, what's the point now?
When you talk about instruction,
Yeah.
are you giving good instruction or bad instruction? You know the place I'm coming is the place that I can find those things. And you are telling me that I should not come.
Okay.
What thing shall I do?
All right, then you have to disobey the instruction. That's what you mean. Let's take more calls. Thank you so much. Advice, no, because let's take other calls. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, good morning. Your name, where you calling us from?
My name is Collins.
Collins. Welcome, Collins.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Sir, please, I want to apologize on behalf of other listeners. The way you are addressing us, I don't like it. Please, I'm so sorry. In my head, I have to tell you my mind.
Where is he coming from?
Hello?
Yeah, where is the apology coming from?
You should not capitalize on the now because of your so now the way it's actually accurate to something.
All right.
And it's something. So I'm supposed to appear in court. He ran away out of this country. Why it sounds like I don't understand when people and because of the religiously
You know what? But this is your point. This is your point, right? Mr. Collins, are you with me? All right, I think he's not with me. I wish he was listening to me. So I understand where it's coming from, but I wish he was listening so we can have a conversation. The phone lines are still very much open. Keep the calls coming. 08135542321. You want to respond to?
Yeah. Let me start with Collins, the last caller. Collins, I accept your apology, but I may say that it is not too necessary because you may not really agree with me completely. That is never my thought. Yes, I cannot say what everybody will agree with, but I will say what I am convinced that will, because as an analyst, I do my findings, I do my research, and I come to this place to educate and inform the people. You know, if Nnamdi Kanu is the bone of contention here, we will discuss it differently. But it's just that his name is what is appearing on the headline of the protest for yesterday, Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why you hear us calling him. But if you have listened to me, Collins and the rest of the callers, Chris and Christian and the rest of them, you discover that I'm talking about injustice. I'm talking about failed system. I am talking about society that is now corrupt. And those who are corrupting the society are the ones making us look as if we are the sinners. Just understand that. Now, when the Nigerian forcemen, the security agencies carry out the operation, remember that they're under command. They're under command. They take laws. They take command from their commanders. And now when they do what they do, our blame should go to the authority, to the commanders, not just the officers who are carrying out instruction. Because they must have to do, their rule is obey the last command. And they are doing what they're supposed to do. But those who are sending them, and also those who are also carrying out this command, should know there is something that is recorded in the book of Exodus, where the Pharaoh of Egypt asked midwives to kill a male child born by the Hebrews. Now, it is incumbent on these midwives to obey Pharaoh. But when they saw that the command of Pharaoh was completely against the rules of the game, against humanity, against these people called the Hebrides, now they refused to obey Pharaoh, and they let the boys, the male children, leave. So when Pharaoh came to them and said, "Why did you disobey me?" They said to Pharaoh, "These women are stronger, that before we can even come, they have delivered." Do you see to that? And Bible that I read says that God blessed them. My dear, as a law enforcement agent, as a uniformed man, there are commands you carry and posterity will not forgive you. There are commands you carry out and the nemesis will go back to your home, go back to your family. Do you know that some of our big officers, when you look at their children, most of their children are drugs? And somebody will be praying and casting, like one of them said, I think Christian said that he learned, "I'm a reverend." My dear, I'm a reverend. And that is why I come from the angle I come. If what is done to Christian is bad, Nze Onze will say it is bad. If what is done to advice not because it's bad, Nze Onze will say it is bad. So what we want is a society where we can have equal right and justice. We want a society where everybody can be treated accordingly. We want a society where our commonwealth will be used to develop our place and make Nigerians at least afford 3 square meals.
All right,
these are common things that if it is done, we'll be happy.
All right, we've got a message. Do well to follow us on Facebook, which 99.5 FM on Facebook. You're on Facebook. You're live on Facebook currently. We've got messages on Facebook. This is coming from Dr. Mrs. Olebara from Owerri, viewing us all the way from Owerri. He said the very foundation of this country, which Nigeria is setting, requires strong steel and concrete reinforcement, demolition and rebuilding, or complete abandonment. Let's join the Bible and say nothing can stand against the truth. May God help us remain united nation in Nigeria. Another one is coming from
Madam, I thank you very much.
Yes, this one's coming from Koate Magnus. It says it's not the first time tear gas are being fired at protesters in the country. The police should do well to protect peaceful protesters, but again, what is the agitation for? That's Mr. Kanu should be released free in matter before the court. All right, this is from Mr. Magnus, Quarter Magnus. We can take all calls coming as well. 08135542321. The phone line is still very much open. 08135542321. 09128630377. Let us be very objective, Mr. Nze. Are we actually carrying out these protests the way it should be carried out, or is there something we're not doing correctly? Like I said, let us be objective. We've had several times where tear gas have been fired at protesters and all that, but it does look like every single time protests being carried out in Nigeria, majority of the time, it doesn't look like the desired result is achieved at the end of the day.
No.
What are we doing wrong?
We are talking about being objective. Remember that everything has a way it is being done. In 2012, there was a massive protest. No tear gas was fired to anybody. And that was protest. And what was the protest for? Removal of fuel subsidy. The protest was against removal of fuel subsidy that Mr. President Goodluck Jonathan raised from 95 naira to 120 naira. Just addition of 25 naira. And this man, Bola Tinubu Ahmed, Senator Bola Tinubu Ahmed.
You're talking about the president?
No, Bola Tinubu Ahmed. I'm not talking about Nigerian president. I'm talking about Bola Tinubu Ahmed. Led that protest. In company of Omoyele Sowore and the rest and others. Now, the first government, including the late Muhammadu Buhari, the former military head of state of Nigeria from 1983 to 1985. They held this protest. Protesters, Nigerians occupied the streets. They were being given food. They were eating in good, clement weather and atmosphere. And nobody fired tear gas. Chris, that was Nigeria. Now, today, a certain man bearing the same name, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has become the president. But yesterday, a certain man bearing the name Muhammad Buhari was a president. And there was a protest. And by Lekki Toll Gate, not only tear gas was fired, even live bullets. And souls of Nigerian youths perished. And nothing happened. And that man finished his time and he died. Today, it is the turn of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was ordinary man as at 2012, 13 years after, has become a president and commander-in-chief. And people came out to protest. They began to fire tear gas, began to fire water cannons and all that. Even live bullet, because yesterday I was hearing the protesters running. They are shooting us live bullet, they are shooting us live bullets and things like that. And they were running. Now look at Christ. This is Nigeria. Nigeria is not different from any other part of the world, because the people that live in those parts of the world are humans too. You recall that just last week, last week or last 2 weeks, we had the rumor of military coup. And yesterday, or day before yesterday, army spokesman came up to say that there was nothing like that. That the 16 officers that are being investigated was not because of coup plot. However, who are we? What do we know? You see that some things are beginning to rise, because the morale of the Nigerian officers of Nigerian army who are in the theater of war are already being weakened because of the compromise we are having in fighting insecurity. Now, you have arrested those ones. You don't know others who might have heard about this thing and are quiet. You couldn't catch up with them. Who knows what will happen again? Am I not praying that Nigeria will enjoy peace? Look at what happened in Nepal. Look at what happened in Madagascar. Look at what is it until, look at how the volume of protesters rose yesterday from few handful of persons that they came to fire tear gas. Before you know it, the volume of protesters increased astronomically. And look, why that thing was happening in Abuja, it was happening in Owerri, it was happening in Aba, it was happening in other states. And some people will say this is Igbo affair. That's why you see it in Southeast. Listen, I was telling somebody yesterday, I say may God help and deliver this government, that they should succumb to pressure now until it gets out of hand. Now they have arrested Aloy Ejimako, they have arrested Emmanuel Kano, they have arrested few others. I saw them yesterday when Omoyele Sowore went to greet them. Now that they are arresting these people, and Omoyele Sowore is the convener of this protest. He even walked into the den of Nigerian police and he was not arrested. Why are you arresting the Igbo folks and you left the Omoyele Sowore because he's a Yoruba man? Is this still not injustice? Is this still not injustice?
This is what you are.
Is this no? Tell me. You say we should be objective. This
is not being objective.
How do you mean? So you can only agree with me in objectivity when I am agreeing with you on what pleases you.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
And you know that in the Onze we never succumb to that. I will never be cowed in this country to succumb to such pressure. My question is, you were arresting people. Why is it that you didn't even arrest the head? I'm not calling for the arrest of Omoyele Sowore at all. because I am condemning all the arrests that were made.
All right, Mr. Nze, this is already 8:56.
I wish you can. I wish we can be given up to 30 minutes to go on. But unfortunately, we don't have that time.
I mean, the headline is coming out at 9. But finally, let me hear your advice to the people.
My advice.
I'm not even done with my question.
Okay.
For the protesters, not just to the federal government now, those who, or the Nigerian police force, especially to the protesters, those who protested how it should be done. Because trust me, if a ship without a header, trust me, might be going haywire, might be going the wrong way. So we need to be directed and protected in the best way to carry out this protest. So your advice to the protesters, your advice to the federal government and the Nigerian police force.
Now I will start my advice from the pursuer of the runner, because you can't advise the runner better when the pursuer is still chasing after him very furiously. Let the federal government listen to the voice of the masses. These are people who you claim you represent. Let National Assembly come up to speak. Let the executive come up to speak. And let the Attorney General of Nigeria, of the Federation, come out and speak. We are waiting for them on this protest. And why they free Nnamdi Kanu, according to the masses, according to the protesters, let them also balance the justice system in Nigeria. Then coming to the protesters, that you go out to protest, you are not going to destroy anybody's vehicle, anybody's property, not federal government, not state government, not individuals. That you come out to shout so that the world will hear you, and these leaders will also hear you. I commend Omoyele Sowore for organizing that protest yesterday. I commend all Nigerians who came out to protest. And I want to please beg Nigerian police force to quickly, with immediate effect, release Aloy Ejimako and the rest who were arrested. Any other person that was arrested in line with this protest, please release them. Why I'm saying so is so that we will not come tomorrow and say that somebody incited this or something. Let your actions not incite anything, that you begin to look for who to blame.
Thank you, Mr. Nze.
Thank you very much.
For the masses.
Thank you.
Keeping the family down here while the others are
while the others are in Abuja.
Thank you for your time. And
thank you very much.
Thank you for everyone who called in and everyone who was even hot as well. But one thing that's we agree to disagree. We disagree to agree.
Certainly.
So we would come back here tomorrow to have more discussions on the latest development as regards the protests and as regards the Nnamdi Kanu situation. Stay with us. It's still 99.5. Wish FM Nigeria's business radio. Christopher Onoko is my name. Christopher Man, if you want to call me. Next up is the headline news at 9. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Have you got off air?
I want to say